The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you could just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, let's
No, please.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Okay?
So, Oz, this week we are going to try something brand new for this show. As you know, I am a basketball coach. I'm a big sports guy. March is one of my favorite times of the year, mainly because of March Madness, the big tournament. I'm a Tar Heel as well, so we wouldn't have been in it this year anyway. But the March Madness event is something special to me. It's something I've enjoyed watching, and I won't get to see it this year because the world has had too many coronas, and now a virus is striking. So we're going to do our own March Madness. I asked you to give me 32 Marvel and DC heroes, 16 Marvel, 16 DC, and I brought the other 32. And we're going to do a big March Madness ourselves, and we're going to crown a champion of comics for taking E from Marvel versus DC. Now, a couple things. This is based on absolutely nothing but our own personal opinions. We could pick somebody just because we don't like the other one. This has nothing to do with anything. It's just who we like better, you know? And again, we do want the smoke, so let us know what you think about our picks. Oz, do you know what March Madness is, first off?
Beware the Ides of March. I would imagine March Madness has something to do with basketball and nothing to do with killing Julius Caesar.
That would be correct.
Mm-hmm. So, March Madness was actually kind of like a big deal when I used to live in Alaska for a while, and man, the college teams Alaska used to hold its own sometimes. It was cool.
Alaska ain't been good since I believe it was Trajan Langdon.
Exactly. And that's when I was around Alaska, man. Trajan was awesome, man.
Trajan could hoop in college. I will give you that, but yeah. Alaska hasn't been relevant since.
Well, I'm just saying. That's when I was like, it was just cool to see like Seawolves holding their own back then. It was nice. It was nice too.
No, definitely. I live in Richmond. Well, you live in Richmond too, but I live in Richmond, and when I was growing up, in my 20s and in high school and stuff, that was when like the schools like George Mason and VCU were starting to like really make runs and make some Final Fours.
Ralph Sampson.
Well, that's before my time, but
yeah, dude.
No, I get it, but that's before my time. I was thinking more so like when Eric Maynor hit the big shot against Duke to beat them boys. That was like a huge deal. Especially for VCU and I think it was Joey Rodriguez took them boys to the Final Four. I guess I'm sorry?
Havoc.
Yeah, Havoc. Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to bring a little March Madness to take a knee. I think there's some interesting matchups. Everything was randomly picked as far as who matched up with who. I didn't do any rankings like who was a 1 or a 16 because that's all just personal opinion, and I didn't want to do all that. So I just randomly picked it. I made sure that all first round matchups were Marvel versus DC. So here's the twist. We're going to decide who should move on, me and you, Oz. And if we agree, that person will move on. For everyone we don't agree on, we will put out a Twitter poll. And we will allow the audience and the listeners to decide who moves on in our – we need a nice name for it. I haven't come up with that. But in our own take a knee for March Madness for Marvel vs. DC.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it. March Madness instead is what is it? Podcast Havoc. I don't know. I like all this, man. I chose some strong folks, and we'll have some good debates about it. But let's do it.
So I'm going to try not to make this a longer episode. So we're not going to have a lot of news tidbits, if any. I think I have maybe one news thing I want to bring up and talk about. And we have one's got to go. And we got a lot of social media feedback on it and some Twitter polls. So we're going to do that. But first, I'm going to go over all the combatants. Now, I asked Uncle Oz to give me 16 Marvel and 16 DC heroes. All right, and I came up with 16 Marvel and 16 DC villains.
Man, I wish I could have had the villains, dude.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I didn't know that. Too late now, big guy. All right.
Let's get to it. Let's get to
it.
Come on.
So I'm going to go over all the Marvel heroes and DC heroes that Uncle Oz selected. Representing Marvel, we have Professor X, Black Panther, Franklin Richards, Captain America, Cypher, Invisible Woman, Storm, Mr. Fantastic, Spider-Man, Hulk, Wolverine, Blue Marvel, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Scarlet Witch. DC. We have Batman, Superman, The Flash, Green Arrow, Mr. Terrific, Wonder Woman, Black Canary, Aquaman, Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, Dick Grayson, Constantine, Black Lightning, Supergirl, Brainiac 5, Cyborg. For the villains, representing Marvel, we have Kraven the Hunter, Doctor Doom, Thanos, Hela, Taskmaster, Magneto, Venom, Lady Deathstrike, Mr. Sinister, Green Goblin, Bullseye, Loki, Mystique, Dark Phoenix, Emma Frost, and Kingpin. From the DC side, we have the Joker, Lex Luthor, Lady Shiva, Catwoman, Talia al Ghul, Vandal Savage, Lobo, Harley Quinn, Deathstroke, Poison Ivy, Reverse Flash, Darkseid, Sinestro, Black Adam, General Zod, and Gorilla Grodd. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are the 64 combatants going into our own March Madness tournament. Oz, what do you think about our combatants? And before we get started, and I will allow this, are there any names you would like to replace?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm all ears. I have my bracket in front of me, which we will go over after I set the table. But tell me who would you like to replace, and I will replace them on the bracket, and who you would like to replace them with.
Marvel, I'd like to replace Scarlet Witch with the one above all. And
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Who are you replacing Scarlet Witch with?
I like to replace Scarlet Witch with the one above all. Can you hear me? It's silence. Are
you said the one above all.
Yes.
Is there a reason?
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude. You have some mega powered. But if I would have known here,
now this isn't like a fight. Now this is just who we personally like better.
I get you. And then on DC, I would like to. Yeah, hold on. You know what? I'm thinking, dude. You know what? I would like to replace. I have Moon L on there, right?
Mon-El? No.
I don't have Mon-El on the list?
No, I needed another female on there to make sure there were at least 16 females, so I replaced him with Supergirl.
No,
I got to make sure the females are represented, and you only gave me 4 females. I got to make sure they're represented.
That's funny, dude.
Is the one above all a Marvel character?
Yeah, he's literally like God.
Just making sure. I just want to make sure these are all Marvel or DC characters.
They're all Marvel. Well, I'm good, man. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
So that's the only one you want to replace.
Yeah. Because I was going to replace somebody with Saturn Girl, but we're good.
Oh, that wouldn't have been bad.
Yeah, well, it's always good to have some telepaths in the mix, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, so here I got one more. I'm sorry. I'm gonna replace on the Marvel side. Gonna replace. I was gonna replace Spider-Man with Rachel Summers.
You don't want Spider-Man in the 64-man bracket.
So hard, dude.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you don't want Spider-Man of all people?
Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were going to make this so difficult, dude.
I mean, you pick Spider-Man of all people, though. Like, I mean, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, I'm cool with it.
Okay, check this out. Take away Daredevil and replace Daredevil with
You're going to make some people unhappy with that.
Hey, and they're going to have to be unhappy. You can replace Daredevil with I just had the person's name on the tip of my tongue. With Rachel
Summers?
Rachel Summers. Yeah. Or Jean Grey, I don't care. Either one. And then we're good. Make it happen, Captain.
I'll pick Rachel Summers.
Respect to the ladies, sir.
All right. Okay. So
you did have Plastic Man in there, right?
I do not have Plastic Man on there.
Why did you take... Sorry, it's making me hit my mic, man. Why did you take Plastic Man out?
Because I needed more women. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I needed more women. You only gave me 3 women out of 32 people. I had to take some of the guys away.
Take Brainiac 5 away.
And put Plastic Man?
Take Brainiac 5 away, and you can put Saturn Girl, please.
Okay. DC, correct?
Yep, DC, sir.
All right.
Let's do it.
Now, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host, the comic connoisseur himself, the mighty Ozzy Killmonger. Oz, what's going on?
What is up, good people?
And you can find us at Knee for Marvel vs. DC on Twitter. You can also download this podcast anywhere you get your podcasts. That goes Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Radio Public, TuneIn, Spotify, absolutely anywhere. Or you can go to the Defy Life Podcast Hub, which is defylifepods.com. You can also check out some of our gear at defylifegear.com. You can email us at knee4marvelvsdc@godefylife.com. A lot of godefylife.com going on right here. A lot of .coms. just go to the hub, defylifepods.com. They've got everything you need, all of the Defy Life podcasts, all of our podcasts. You can search every single episode. It's all there. We got a lot of side articles, sports podcasts, relationship podcasts, political podcasts, just a whole bunch of stuff.
Everything you need. And by the way, I think regular Scott failed to say you can find me at Ozzy Real, and that's at capital OZZIE, capital REAL, at Ozzy Real.
No doubt.
More than happy to hear what you guys have to say. Uncle Oz has a new setup.
Hey, he's really excited about this setup. He's been talking about this for like 25 minutes before we even got started.
Dude, I'm just stoked, man. I feel like I kind of made it into the 20th century with this. You know, come on, it's kind of nice.
All right,
it's very.
All right, true that. So before we jump right into the brackets and who's matched up against who, I have to give a shout out to Unsupervised, the spinoff podcast, because that is kind of where this idea came from. I was listening to their show, and they were talking about how the coronavirus has taken a lot of things away. You know, how they've taken March Madness away and all that. Then they went into a UNC talk, and I just want to, before I get into what I was going to say, back on the UNC thing, unsupervised, fellas, we need to give Roy one more season. I'm just going to leave it at that. We should give Roy one more season, see if he can turn it around. If he can't, then I'm all on board with getting rid of him. But we can't get rid of him after one bad season. We just were one of the top teams like a year or two ago. So don't get rid of him yet. Give him one more season, see if he can turn this ship around. Now, they were talking. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you agree, right?
Yeah, man. Can't throw the baby out with the dirty bathwater. You know, just,
Come on.
You know, just give that cat one more season, and then after that, unless we can kick him to the curb, man.
Yeah. If it doesn't work out next season, I am A-okay with getting rid of him and letting him go. But give him one more season to see if we can right this ship.
Full on. That's the same way I feel about regular Scott. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, whatever. And so, you know, this idea kind of came from them because we can still have March Madness. We won't have basketball to watch, but we got Take a Knee. That's what Take a Knee is going to provide. We're going to provide the March Madness. We're going to provide the conversation, and we're going to do this every week in March until the end. So I'm excited about it. You know, I'm a big sports guy. Oz, now that you've known the combatants and you made some changes, do you have a favorite to go all the way?
Well, I mean, I don't want to go. You still know, but I don't want to go with my easy ones, like saying Franklin Reed or Richards or whatever. You know, I don't want to do. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, you could go Batman. You could say whatever. We'll just see what happens. Let's go.
All right, here we go. So the matchups are as follows. Our first matchup of the night. Actually, let me ask you, Oz, should we do our news and Twitter now and get everything out the way so the rest of the show is just the bracket?
Yeah, we should actually.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's more, there's a lot of news, you know, because regular, here it goes like this. Everything has been shut down. Movie theaters are pushing their dates back for releases. Productions are being, it's this crazy ripple effect that's happening right now.
Yeah, it's not too much news.
It's a lot, man, because they're pushing all these dates back, and then it just kind of is going to choke things back a little. It's fine, but we'll see.
We will see.
You get your news. Go ahead.
Jim Carrey is rumored for the role or the voice of MODOK.
For Captain America, for Winter Soldier and Falcon?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Makes sense.
What are your thoughts on Jim Carrey entering the MCU? Do you think that is a good use of him?
Yes, because I don't think he can do anything else really. If he wouldn't have been portrayed as the poo putt in that whole Riddler Batman thing with the Batman with the nipples, he could have been an awesome Enigma. You know, he could have been a really great Riddler in like a serious Batman film. You know, so I think like him being in the Marvelverse as this is good. You know.
Yeah. See, I disagree.
He's getting his.
I disagree. I thought he was
Mm-hmm.
good in Batman Forever. He was one of the good things about Batman Forever.
I thought it was terrible. I hate the clown. I want him to. He's got a depth. He's got a depth of acting. He's really a really good actor. On the same way that Tom Hanks, Robin Williams, all those comedians, when they get down to the nitty gritty, they can do some serious stuff. Like I tell you like this, Chappelle's got a serious role in him. Flip the script a little bit for you. He's got a serious role that I feel like he could do too. But Jim Carrey, man, I think he's could be a good Riddler that's like not in this tight suit. You know, I don't like that clown suit. I don't like it. Just like I couldn't buy this big, massive, bulking Mr. Freeze.
Well, that is a irredeemable movie. There is no redeemable qualities in that movie. I think Jim Carrey's a redeemable quality in Batman Forever.
We will agree. We agree to disagree.
We can agree to disagree to whatever you want. It doesn't change the fact that Jim Carrey is the Riddler and will always be the Riddler. Period.
Man, why is such a harsh tone? I didn't even know you were such a Fire Marshal Bill fan.
You didn't know I was a Jim Carrey fanatic?
No, you are a weirdo. But yeah, I mean, but like he's got depth in him, dude. You know,
I've
and
seen
like
23 and the Truman Show and all that.
Yeah, but I will like, and also he's going. I'm gonna get my money because he was in
Sonic.
Shoot, yeah, Sonic, and also he was the weird kind of weird Doomsday Prepper Captain America kind of dude, and Hitman or dang it, what's it called?
Kick-Ass.
Kicking Ass.
No,
Kick
it's
Ass
just
2.
yeah, there he is.
Kick Ass 2, yeah.
There you go.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine.
Sonic is making money, dude. Sonic's making money.
Yeah, no, he's fine. No. I don't have a problem with Jim Carrey. You're the one that said you didn't like him in Batman Forever.
Oh, I thought he was horrible. I like him. Like he's got the ability to be so much more than what he's done so far.
But see, I think he was. I think for that movie, he was what he was supposed to be. For that movie, like that's the way that movie was portrayed.
Yeah, he was a person,
over the top villain.
He was a person made to sell cheap
toys,
classic toys. With bad French fries. That's what he's meant to do. But I think I think he could have played a really serious, like, you know, on the Scarecrow tip kind of Batman villain.
Okay. The Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in Thor 4.
Ooh. Well, that makes sense.
It does make sense considering Thor was rumored to be in Guardians 3. So it seems like these two movies are going to kind of intersect a little bit. Is this going to be the route that Marvel goes in the future until we get our next Avengers movie? Are we just going to see characters intersecting in different movies? Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, the Multiverse of Madness, Thor 4, Guardians 3. Is this kind of the way that Marvel is going to take things here in the future? And I still think in Spider-Man 3 we get either She-Hulk or Daredevil. Oh, I'm sorry, Jennifer Walters or Matt Murdock defending Peter Parker in some way, shape, or form. I think we still get that type of crossover in Spider-Man 3. That's just a me personal thing. But is this the way, Oz, you think we see things going with Marvel? Are they just going to start intersecting characters?
I feel like it's an easy fix, you know, like their formula has worked before. Nick Fury was the glue that kind of held everybody to introduce. I feel like they know what works for them, and what works for them is like taking, like you said, taking the have a cameo, build on that, let it go. It works. They're going to keep doing that, I think. And you're going to get a ton more of that in Loki and all the TV shows too.
Yeah, I definitely see that happening. It just seems like you said, like easy fix, easy way to get some crossover appeal, and it's a good way to keep giving people enough of a Avengers style movie without giving them the Avengers.
Yeah, like if you had the next Spider-Man, why not have a Matt Murdock? Why not have a Jessica Walters? You know, it's so simple, and it's like, wait, what? Yeah, I think it's smart to do. It's easy to do. You know.
And my final bit of news: Mark Ruffalo has pretty much confirmed that he will be reprising the role of the Incredible Hulk in the She-Hulk series.
So I wonder if they introduce her. It'd be cool to do. Well, you would introduce her already as She-Hulk the lawyer, which would be funny. But yeah,
I think it would be cool if they did introduce her as She-Hulk the lawyer.
I can take this, man. What has messed me up ever since has been Old Man Logan. Good God, dude. I kind of like, man, Hulk is kind of like not like a good guy to me anymore. Especially when he was just like, you know, he's like, oh, well, has sex with a cousin, man, because she's the only one that can handle it. You know, like, good God, that's crazy.
Well, it's not as bad as Batman having sex with Barbara Gordon.
Dude, it's pretty bad. That's right. You got to admit that's kind of up there as bad.
You think it's as bad as Barbara Gordon? Because I don't. Because that's pedophilia.
You gave your once again.
Because that means you've been scheming on this girl since she was a kid. You ain't just all of a sudden become attracted to her.
Right, but they're both pretty bad because one is scheming on the kid, the other one is your family member. Get it?
No, I get it, but at least she is of legal consent when you started this idea.
I hear you loud and clear, bro. But hear me out. Every time you're at the family picnic from the age of 5 to the age of like 40, every year you've been scheming too, been like, wow. Cousin's been filling out, dude. Them eating them potatoes.
Cousin's been filling out.
Hey, eating them irradiated gamma radiation potato salad. Oh my Lord. Yeah, come on, man. They're all bad. They're all bad, dude.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do our Twitter polls and our one's gotta go. We're gonna take our early break, and then the rest of the show is just gonna be our March Madness. Sounds good, Odds?
All right, I'm with it.
All right, so I have a lot of Twitter polls. First one: which game is better for the Nintendo Switch?
Ooh.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Super Smash Brothers?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance. But people said Super Smash Brothers. Go ahead.
They did 54% to 46%.
Thank you very much. I know what the people.
You do not know what the people want.
I just told you what the people said.
You got one right, but that don't mean you know what the people want. You don't have a pulse on the people.
Man, dude, I not only do I have a pulse, I have I straight up have a CAT scan. I got oh my God, dude.
Okay, let's see how you do with these next couple.
Okay.
Over 100 votes cast. Who wins this arm wrestling contest? This one's all women. Wonder Woman, Supergirl, She-Hulk, Rogue.
Well, that's not fair though, because is Rogue wearing a glove or is Rogue wearing this?
Rogue is already powered up and she's wearing her gloves.
Okay, she's not on that. Okay, good. Okay, so
and remember, you have a pulse on the people too, so it's not just your opinion. Who do you think the people picked?
I think the people picked Wonder Woman.
And who do you think should have won?
I feel like it'd been nice if Rogue would have been sneaky and not wore her glove. It was like, let's have an arm wrestling contest. You started the She-Hulk fascination for me, so I didn't stop. So, Rogue, She-Hulk, Wonder Woman. Who's the last one?
Supergirl.
Oh, yo. Wonder Woman should win because she's got the warrior spirit, but the people chose Supergirl. Boom.
Okay. Just a couple comments before I go over. Old Man Wade at Old Man Wade Com said the new She-Hulk is essentially Hulk level rage.
As in, like, the angrier she gets, the stronger she gets, right?
Right.
Okay.
Drinking with nerds. At
I like these guys already.
At Nerds Drinking said, "Does Rogue have to keep her gloves on?"
See what I say?
No, and that's a very fair question.
Pulse on the people.
JVD of the Villains Demand, our good friend, said, "Rogue, Sugar is going to power up and weaken them at the same time."
See, I said, I told y'all, the pulse.
Now, let's see if your pulse is correct. The winner of the poll with over 31% of the vote was, you should have stuck with your gut, Wonder Woman. Coming in second, She-Hulk.
That's insane.
That's insane.
It legit is, because do you know the whole thing about how, like, if you want to say that the angrier She-Hulk gets, the stronger she gets, that's fine. But you also know that the angrier Supergirl gets, the stronger she gets. She's rumored to be stronger than Superman.
Well, she and Rogue tied with 21% apiece.
Yeah, this terrible.
My next one. Who wins this arm wrestling contest? These are the men.
Uncle Oz versus regular Scott.
I would win. The Incredible Hulk.
Arm wrestling.
The Incredible Hulk. The Juggernaut.
Ugh.
Hercules.
Ooh.
Colossus.
Colossus is not even in the class of those other three.
With the Phoenix Force.
What? No. Colossus. Duh.
All right. No. Okay. Who do you think won, and who do you think the people chose?
I feel like
this guy's
people get enamored with Juggernaut, though. They get it all like, oh my god, Juggernaut.
So who do you think won? The people.
The Hulk, and then
is that for the people or you?
The Hulk for the people.
Okay.
And then for me, it would be I want to say the Hulk too, because the Juggernaut can't be moved. No, that's not true.
Juggernaut can't be stopped.
He can't be stopped, right? So that has nothing to do with arm wrestling.
So before I go to now, I got your picks. Before I go to a couple people commented. Hank Powell at Hank the Horrible, another one of our friends from the Villains Demand group. So technically, if the Juggernaut is in motion, he can't be stopped. So wouldn't that still apply to this? If he's able to get his arm in motion.
That's a good thing, but I would also think that it would feel like it's kinetic energy moving forward, not just this. That's a good question. I don't know if that is. It's like the Rogue thing.
What do you think about this question? Nerd Lantern of Sector 2814 at Nerd Adonis. That's a hell of a name. Said, wait,
for real?
Isn't Colossus still Juggernaut?
Well, at one point, because again, they didn't know what to do with this guy like Dick Grayson. They gave him the Phoenix Force. His sister was Queen of the Underworld. He got the gem.
If he's not a star at this point in comics, there's not much more you can really do for him.
But they got the gem too of making him like the Juggernaut Colossus too. I was like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, they've done pretty much all they can to make him as popular as possible.
I'm like, check it out, dude. Let that dude be a house husband to Kitty. the Kitty Pryde and just let him do his thing.
You know what?
don't
I
have to
bet
do
you
stuff.
he would get more popular being that and just cracking like jokes and being like a stay-home dad who defends the house than he would doing all that other stuff.
Regular Sky, check it. He just makes. He cooks. He makes food all the time now for their family while she's out doing the adventure stuff. But he can still kick butt from his training as an X-Men, and because he's an armored dinosaur, he's like an armored beast. That's the thing.
So
yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say like this is like if they were to do a Disney Plus series on like Kitty Pryde and Colossus, right? And they having kids, like you could build this whole series up and not have Colossus fight the entire series, and then just have him go ballistic in the finale, and people would eat that up, and just have him cracking little jokes throughout the week. Kitty Pryde going to work and doing all this undercover stuff, and you got big Colossus just at home playing with the kids.
I love that, and also the fact that this guy could just be giving advice to his kids. Like being like, well, Professor X taught me this boy.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You get like being the father, and so you get a taste of a father being like the traditional kind of parental like nurturing side, while the mom is out kicking butt because Shadowcat is lethal, dude. She's a ninja. She can face this stuff. Let her do her thing, and then like Sentinels or someone invades the family and you see, oh, that's Colossus. Word. You know, and also plays into other things too, like we talked earlier. He could have some of the X-Men over for dinner sometimes.
We just gave away a Disney Plus series. Like that is literally the definition of a 10-episode Disney Plus series.
Can we please be on the creative side of things for once, Disney? We're looking for here's a resume, but like yeah, man, that's a 10. That's season 1 that leads into another series. Let's do it, dude. And you introduce some mutants into things, dude. It's
you can introduce some of the mutant kid. You could have Rachel Summers coming over.
Dude, you can have anyone you want, son.
You could have Franklin Richards coming over.
Nightcrawler coming over. The one above all could be looking above everybody. Come on, man.
Yeah, we just gave away $1 million, but
that's so simple, dude.
The winner was Incredible Hulk with 65% of the vote. In second place, which I was actually happy about because I didn't think a lot of people would give him respect, and I don't know if I agree with it, but Hercules comes in second with 17%.
He should have. Hercules is a good one because he.
It should be Juggernaut.
Man,
because I agree with if he gets that hand in motion, like maybe the Hulk could probably stop him, but who else could?
No, that's legit a good question about things. But Hercules is also he's a warrior. See, I always think like Hercules and Wonder Woman, they've been fighting forever, and like Thor, they've been fighting forever. Yeah. You know, there's one thing to be able to be like, I'm so strong, I know how to just take you down by physical brute force. But there's other ways that goes like, oh, why no little technique and little pressure points to like squeeze your hand while we're doing this arm wrestling thing to kind of make you weaker. There's a lot of stuff in play with things, you know, that I at least always think about.
True that. The Colossus got 4%.
So there's an old X-Men comic that has like Colossus had a bad day, drunk, dude, just drunk. He's drunk at the bar. And he sees Juggernaut in normal. What's his name? Marco Kane, and he sees him in normal clothes, and he's just like, "You're Juggernaut," and then Juggernaut's like, "Dude, I can smell the alcohol on you. I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to live a peaceful life," and so Colossus is just like, I'm gonna kick your ass," and Juggernaut just lightly pushes him, and the lightest push from the Juggernaut threw him across the room and through a window. And right when he's about to go through the window, he turns into Metal Colossus, and he's like, "Oh, you could have killed me!" And Juggernaut's like, I know who you are, dude. Just chill out." And he starts fighting, and Juggernaut kicks his ass, and then it's like all I want to do is have a drink. So yeah, Colossus gets no love, dude. He never gets any love.
You like that?
Well, I there was a point where the super strong people had their day. Like he's Mr. Powerful, like Samson. But like at one point, you're like, he's just strong. Okay, what do you do with? Oh, drop him in the middle of the ocean. Boom, he's done. You know, there is more. I think we've done more for Colossus in the last 10 minutes than people have done for him in 10 years. So that's what I think.
If you want to see Colossus as one of his strongest, you should definitely check out the Avengers versus X-Men comics. He has a little shine in that. Yeah. He's got a little shine in that.
There's also when he was Colossus the World Breaker, where he like people were like, he went to an alien planet and they're all freaked out because he was literally prophesied as breaking the world. That was a good run too. But other than that, it's just like, he's like, I don't know what to do with myself either, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We probably have done more for Colossus right now.
I'm not kidding, man. I'm serious.
You might be on something with that. All right, so my next poll. Who wins this race? Barry Allen, Sonic the Hedgehog, Quicksilver, Goku.
Okay, look. Quicksilver, Avengers MCU, or Quicksilver Sony?
Well, if you do that, you got to say the same thing about the Flash too.
What, the Flash?
Because if you do movie Flash, he can't do nothing.
Movie Flash was super fast, dude.
He wasn't that. He can't even travel back in time yet. He can't even travel back in time yet.
Movie Flash was like super speedy, dude. Okay, well, I'm just saying. Okay.
Well, let me tell you something. Movie Flash, I'll take Goku over him.
Okay,
I'll take Goku over Movie Flash.
Oh, okay. Hey, so you know what? By the way, I apologize. You already had the answers. I just have some questions for you.
Okay.
All right. So I feel that being in tune with the people.
Right. With the people. It's all about.
That's what I am. I'm all about the people. You know that.
Yeah, it's all about the people.
Running for office next year, every vote counts. I feel that people were loving some Goku. Than the Flash, but it should. Like, I'm sorry, man. Quicksilver ain't got nothing, man.
Well, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Quicksilver probably doesn't, but I still take Goku.
The real race and Sonic ain't shit either.
No. See, that's a mistake. You sleep on Sonic if you want to. That's a mistake.
Dude, because unless he's gonna leave me coins, like that.
But he gets stronger with every coin he gets.
Okay, life ain't about coins. in the race of life, you don't pick up coins. You gotta strive and straddle for every coin you can get. I feel like the real fight was between Goku and the Flash.
Well, Goku's gonna win that. If it's movie Flash, Goku.
Well, what did the poll say?
Who do you think the people chose?
The people chose Goku.
The people chose Barry Allen in overwhelming 57%.
No way.
Overwhelmingly 57%. Goku, my friend, came in last.
No way.
Yes, he did.
So people. They said the Flash, and then they said Sonic next. They said the Flash, Quicksilver, Sonic, Goku.
They said Barry Allen, Sonic the Hedgehog, Quicksilver, Goku.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, all right.
He said that's incredible.
It's incredible. It's because like, yeah. All right.
You sound legit surprised.
Well, even I was trying to give some props to Dragon Ball Z. Good Lord.
Well,
yeah, it was shocking. It's shocking.
All right, our one's got to go.
Okay.
One of these iconic comic book characters has to go, and everything about them has to go. This one's got to go. Got 50 replies on Twitter. A lot of conversation with this one. Iron Man, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man.
Iron Man, Batman, Superman. Iron Man, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man.
One's got to go.
Dang.
JVD of the Villains Demand, I enjoyed this comment. He said, never thought I would see the day this would be turned into a poll. Whoever thought about this must be like Oz and giving away money. Soups. Shots fired. Soups means more than anyone in the superhero genre, but he's got to go.
Ooh, that was lethal.
Doctor of Doomonomics said, this is rough. The three biggest comic book icons of all time and the most popular superhero currently. It probably has to be Iron Man, though.
I like that. Hey, so here, this I want to. Before I give my opinion, I want to throw something out there. If Superman is gone, like wiped from existence, everything's gone about him. You still have a Justice League. They're just not overpowered like with Superman. You still have. You still have some super powered people, the Daxamites,
But what about his stories? His villains, like Lex Luthor, is Lex Luthor because of Superman.
Well, but here I want to throw something out there. So, do you not think that Lex Luthor wouldn't have a new rival, as in like trying to rival Mr. Terrific or Bruce Wayne?
No, I don't, because they're not alien. They're not aliens,
and they're not as loved. It's the thing about like he hates Superman because the reason why he hates Superman because Superman is this all powerful person, and he's always like, "Why don't you just take over everything?" Superman's like, "You don't. I'm showing you that." With my powers, I'm doing the most I can with my powers with what you should do. And Lex is always like, well, I'm trying to do the most I can by take over stuff. But, yeah, I get it. Would Lex Luthor be benevolent and nicer then?
I think he would, because I think he would be more, he wouldn't be so focused on one-upping Superman, on being more loved than Superman, being more revered than Superman, and making Superman this villain. Like, that's like his life goal. Like, he sets out and plans to do that and focus on that. Like, think if he didn't have to focus on that.
Oh, I know. He's cured a lot of stuff. He would cure a lot of things.
And not to mention, like, all the other things that have happened because of Superman. Like, Supergirl coming to Earth was because of Superman.
Yeah.
Doomsday coming to Earth was because of Superman.
Well, there's a lot of triple like ripple effects because of like yeah.
I mean, I can't think of the movie, but one of these movies I can't remember what it was, but they were like, once all these superheroes started coming, it was the Avengers. Like the Avengers movies where they said once all these superpower people coming, it was almost like a beacon to the universe. The same thing with Superman.
Well, but here, look, man. It's not his parents' fault that they're just like. Think about this. You think about this as a parent too. Would you go? My planet's about to be it's about to explode immediately. Do I take my kid to a planet where he's going to be treated as this terrible person because the gravity's heavier and he's going to be weaker, or do I take him to this planet that I heard about where he is going to be a god and he can be a beacon? And so you choose that. You're like, oh, that's what every parent wants their kid to be successful. But I get it. Well, think about this also. Brainiac comes to Earth because of Superman.
There's just a whole lot of ramification. And so then my thing becomes, what does the world do when Darkseid decides to come? Because there's still going to be like a Wonder Woman and Green Lantern, so you're still going to have that beacon. How does the world combat a Darkseid without Superman? Like, I'm not a Superman fan by any stretch of the imagination, but the villains that we have right now in comics, in the cartoons, and everything, we need a Superman. or a Supergirl, which we don't have without Superman.
Yeah, because all of Lex Luthor's technology ain't gonna be crap, and we've seen this before. So, but then I wonder, Earth has always been the beacon anyway. So I wonder if other superpowered beings, like, oh, we still have Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, until somebody lights a match.
Yeah.
Then he's got to go. Then he's got to go hide and take a shower to feel better about himself, and then he'll come back out and fight until somebody else lights a candle.
God dang, man.
Martian Manhunter is going to lose to a new villain called Candleman, who walks around with a candle in his hand.
No, he's going to lose to Big Man, this dude who has a lighter in his pocket.
No, not even in his pocket. He's just got lighters for hands. All his fingers are different lighters, so he just flicks Martian Manhunter off while he's got it lit.
I'll say it again, classic dude. Man, in the New Frontier, Batman confronts Martian Manhunter, and he says, he's like, look, I know you're an alien, and there's aliens among us. I spent $70,000 on a rock to take out one of you guys, the kryptonite. He goes, and with you, all I need is a nickel to buy a box of matches. So.
Yeah, so he doesn't. Martian Manhunter would not be able to cut it.
Well, here's another bad side of things too. Without Superman, because of him coming to Earth, the aliens realized that Earth was friendly and open. Also made Earth in 1,000 years from now, in the 31st century, like the home of the Federation of Planets for the Legion of Superheroes.
See,
without Superman, we don't have that. So
there's a whole lot. And with all that being said, before you give your answer, I'll go ahead and tell you, Superman got to go.
Dude,
with all that we just said and all that I just defended him with, Superman would have to go.
Well, then, welcome to being. Try and be friends with Big Barna and try and find out who Scott Free is, because that's all you're going to be doing when you become a herald of Darkseid.
Well, you still haven't given me your answer. Who's got to go?
I was going to say, peace out, Iron Man.
Really? Because the Marvel movies don't work without Iron Man. Like there's levels to this.
Dude, I love the fact that they had this guy who basically, I ain't trying to hate. I mean, if I ever see him, I'll be the first one shaking his hand. Let me please autographs, cheesing from ear to ear, smiling with him. Robert Downey Jr. basically plays the same dude every role he does. And he's learned and so his Tony Stark was Sherlock Holmes, was everybody else. And I get it. And they found that guy, and he became Tony Stark. But I'm saying, man, nature hates a void. Without that Iron Man series, they would have found something different. But they just found the over-the-top, charismatic dude who was really good.
I hear you. I just
that's the beauty of Robert Downey Jr., man.
You might be right about that, but I can't.
Dr. Doolittle, he's the same character.
Yeah, but okay, fair enough. He is the same character in Sherlock Holmes. I know.
Very
true.
I'm just saying it's just like your boy from American Gods, who also was in Hellboy's father in the new Hellboy movie. He plays the same dude every time. He was in Deadwood, played the same character. You know, it's not bad or good. It's just like you found your niche, and that's it.
Yeah, no, I hear that, and it's been.
But hey, Iron Man's gone. Wow, you don't have a bunch of suits of iron. You still have Captain America.
But is Howard Stark the same? If there's no Tony Stark, is Howard Stark still the same man?
He's probably a better person and like more attentive.
Really, you think he's a better person without his son?
Well, dude, he Captain America is what made him good, and without the son, he's probably able to focus more and not be so easily sidetracked with all this stuff.
Think about this.
Yes, I'm listening.
As a father, we're both fathers.
Oh, yeah.
You are changed after you have a kid.
Oh, yeah, dude. Of course you are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he 100% changed for the
think
better
about this.
because of that.
Yeah, but he was also. Oh man, but here, come on, dude. Nah, here. Let's get real. Yeah, what you said is very true, but let's get back to the basics.
Okay.
This guy was a changed person when he met Steve Rogers, and he saw how the formula works. Steve Rogers is the one that made him become a better person. He had nothing to do with him becoming a father. He started changing when he was like, oh man, this guy is willing to sacrifice and do stuff. You saw that in the first movie. He did not have a kid in the first Captain America movie. He had Steve Rogers. That's the point, dude. All you got, so you avoid the Iron Man wars. You avoid all this Tony Stark technology that easily is given away to people because he's a drunk. You know, I know we said the Avengers can still get formed, man.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
He is a very important cog in that entire. He's probably third smartest human in Marvel? Second?
He's up there. He's easily in the top 5 and easily probably top 3.
You don't. Oh, so obviously Reed.
Yeah.
And then who before Tony?
The Marvel the Marvel Brainiacs are.
But who would you put
Richards.
before Tony?
Well, hold on. I'm trying to just so we can sort it out. Peter Parker, Hank Pym, T'Challa, Reed Richards, Tony Stark.
Can we give some love to Hank McCoy?
Hank McCoy for sure, dude. He's up there for sure, bro. For sure. You can say Professor X if you want to, but whatever. But
That's
on the
cheating.
just yeah, I know. But so basically, the cats are this: Reed Richards, Hank McCoy, and Hank Pym.
Oh, Bruce Banner's got to be mentioned too.
Bruce Banner too, yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not in that echelon though, but he's got to be mentioned.
He gets mentioned before Peter Parker does, and
Yes.
Peter Parker is a genius.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's Reed Richards is there. Reed, Henry, Hank, Tony. Pardon me.
All right.
Feels
So
like that.
so your one's got to go as Tony Stark.
Yeah, he's out, man. To me, I'm like, bye.
All right, mine is Superman. So it was very split on the internet. There was a few Batmans, there was a good amount of Iron Mans, good amount of Supermans. The one person there was not a lot of though was Spider-Man. There was a couple, but Spider-Man was the one that a lot of people did not seem to want to get rid of.
It's because he's legit the genesis of everything. Because he is the everyday dude who gets bestowed this stuff and he makes the most of it. He's also like the cat that he's a perpetual underdog, man. In love with the girl next door, you know. Parents were killed, trying to do the best by his aunt, trying to hold down a job while fight crime because he knows he's got these abilities, dude. Man, with great power comes great responsibility. That's it all for everything.
True that. All right. Again, this is an idea I got from a good friend of mine, JVD at A Villain's the Man. He said, why don't you start putting your ones gotta go online? And great idea. We got a lot of responses. So I think I'm going to start putting our ones gotta go on Twitter for everyone to hear before the show. And then, we'll have some conversation pieces afterwards. So JVD, great idea. I think it worked out pretty well.
I love it.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get right to our matchups, and we're going to have to do a lightning round because we're pretty deep into this show. We'll be right back.
Dude, no joke, man.
That means no rants.
I can't promise that.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Anything, Everything, and Nothing podcast with Lynn and Kim. Join us as we discuss the latest in everything from entertainment and current events to the craziness that is our real life.
Let's laugh, let's live, let's talk about it. New episode every Tuesday on the Defy Life Podcast Network. And remember, if you're not defying life, then what are you doing? Lynn and Kim.
And we are back. Definitely make sure you are checking Anything, Everything, and Nothing podcast. Lynn and Kim, now I can officially call them the former Defy Life champions of the Battleground. While talking about the Battleground, make sure you guys are checking it out. Shout out to Simba, man. Shout out to Simba. Listen to the next Battleground. You will understand. After that episode, I don't want to hear anything from anybody on Unsupervised, Lynn and Kim, any of the shows, you Oz, nobody saying anything about my questions because Simba did the thing.
I'm in America. I live in America. I have a right to protest.
Okay, you're right. You do have a right to protest, and you can protest. But shout out to Simba. Y'all definitely check out the latest episode of the Battleground. You'll see why. Simba did his thing. Might be one of the best performances in Battleground history.
Might be nice if I had a coworker that would hype me up like you hype all your other people up who are on your show. But
if you would get out the first round and get more than one question right, I would have no problem hyping you up.
You can hate all you want to, man. It's fine. It's okay.
All right.
It's fine.
Let's get to our bracket. March Madness, baby. It's time for the Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC March Madness Massacre.
Let's do it.
I think that's going to stick. The March Madness Massacre.
Triple M.
The M Cube. Triple M.
Yeah, M Cube. Yeah.
The M Cube tournament.
M3, son. M3 up in you, son. M3. That's terrible.
So our first matchup in this tournament is going to be an interesting one. So Oz, we're just going to go through. We pick who we decide goes through. If we both agree, that person goes through. If we do not, we will be putting up Twitter polls all week, and the audience will be deciding who wins this matchup. Okay, round of 64. Next week, we'll do the round of 32. Next week, we'll do the round of 16, round of 8, Final Four championship. Final Four championship, we'll probably do on the same episode.
Okay.
All right. So our first matchup is Vandal Savage. Shout out to West Coast Jay. And Thor.
Huh.
Who you got?
Thor.
Really?
There's no fight. What fight is there?
That's the thing. This doesn't have to be a fight. This is just who we personally like more. Or it could be a fight if you like Thor better because he's a better fighter. That's fine.
I'm sorry. Okay, it's just like who we like more. You got it.
Yeah. No, it could be because you like him better because he fights. That's fine. But it's not like a one-on-one fight.
No, I hear you. I recently rewatched Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, which is, spoiler alert, it's when they're all searching for the get out of hell free card, and Vandal Savage wants, and he had this line which is so relevant. He goes, "I've had my life threatened more in the last 10 years since the rise of metahumans than I've had in like 10,000 years." So he's like, he's one of those guys that, man, there's this time in my life I used to love the Immortals, like the Highlander, all that stuff. But I feel like they've had their say, and there still is a good Immortal story that's supposed to be written, but it's probably going to be from the point of view of a person who just is an observer. You know, not someone who's trying to take over the universe. You know.
Okay. So
His run in Young Justice was awesome.
this is a lot for you. So are you sticking with Thor or are you switching?
No, I'm just saying his run in Young Justice was awesome, but Thor, man, look, man, the God Butcher. I read that series of Thor when at the end of time, Thor's like the most powerful Norse god that's ever existed, even more powerful than Odin. There's no more Odin Force. It's called the Thor Force. That storyline is amazing, dude. It's good. And I'm sticking with Thor. Thor is just nuts, and you get your taste of your immortal with Thor. You know, so it's Thor. It's Thor for me, dude. Thor.
Looks like we have our first one. The audience will be deciding because I am taking Vandal Savage.
Why?
I just like Vandal Savage better. I like the way he's portrayed in every iteration I've seen of him. He was one of my favorite villains in Young Justice. I like him better than Thor.
Even Legends of Tomorrow, Vandal Savage, you like that guy too.
I thought the actor did a real good job. Just because the storyline was dumb doesn't mean that the actor did a bad job portraying him.
I hear you. He's a Neanderthal, dude. I get it. Neanderthal immortal. Got it. The one time that I kind of like, I don't kidding. He's come up when it's time for like his immortal fight with the Resurrection Man, or there's an awesome What If. Not sorry, that's a lie. It's called Elseworld that had him. Like he's the one that shot Barry Allen in the neck and paralyzed him, and just so that he can only use his mind. That was an interesting story, but yeah, Vandal, man, I don't know.
Well, we got 31 more fights to go through, so okay. I'm actually going to go with Thor.
I know.
Next fight.
You chose wisely.
Sinestro.
You chose wisely.
Sinestro versus Luke Cage.
I stick with Luke Cage.
If this was February, I would have picked Luke Cage as well. I am going to go with Luke Cage.
You chose wisely.
Actually, I am going to go with Sinestro on this one, actually. I will go with Sinestro.
You chose poorly.
I will go with Sinestro on this one. So we have our first one that we're going to have the audience decide upon. Low Key versus Catwoman. I like Low Key.
Low Key.
Okay, Low Key moves on. Jon Stewart versus the Green Goblin.
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart, no question. Batman versus Taskmaster.
Batman.
God, I wish Taskmaster didn't face Batman. Batman.
So basically, Taskmaster is Deathstroke.
I don't think he's as good as Deathstroke. I think if they fought, Deathstroke would give him the business.
I don't know,
because he's not going to give him time to watch him and learn his move and be able to mimic him and learn him.
But it's not like Taskmaster doesn't come into any fight not knowing how to fight.
But that's okay. I mean, that's fair. But I don't see Deathstroke. I don't see there being enough footage that Taskmaster can get of Deathstroke to prepare for him.
Valid, very valid. That's valid.
Now, if he prepares for him, that's a whole different ballgame. But yeah, I wish Batman didn't face Taskmaster right there. Mr. Batman. Fantastic versus Reverse Flash.
I am always a Reed Richards fan. Sorry.
Really?
Reverse Flash it's such a silly, conceptually dumb thing to me. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I'm Reed Richards for life, dude. Reed
Richards is him and Tony Stark and actually Hank Pym. They're in a three-way race for the worst male Marvel character ever. As far as just being despicable human beings.
Why is Reed Richards a despicable human being?
isn't Reed Richards isn't he the reason that Doctor Doom is created? Like, isn't he like Tony Stark in the fact that almost everything bad that happens is because of him?
You can't blame Doctor Doom being created because of Reed Richards. Doctor Doom, Vic was jealous of Reed for Sue's attention, was jealous of Reed for his intellectual smarts, by the way, and was also on his own kick. Doom's whole thing was just going, I want to figure out some way to bring my mom back, either to be able to talk to my mom again or to bring her back to life.
So if there's no Reed Richards, there's no jealousy.
No, dude, if Reed Richards would be replaced with someone else, Doom is basically Full Metal Alchemist. You know, just messing with things that he knows he should not do it. Because he goes, oh, I can. My mom was a gypsy and knew the arcane sorcery ways. I'm a genius, so I know science. So I'm gonna mix it too. And he still does to this day with his armor. Has nothing to do with Reed Richards, dude. Has everything to do with his own hubris and ego. You know.
Still not picking Reed Richards. I'm taking Reverse Flash. So this one will also be decided by the fans.
I need a villain for the Flash that's super fast, and he needs to wear a bright. Yeah, he's super fast and he wears a yellow costume. And we'll call him something. We'll call him a really hard, intricate, crazy villain name like Reverse Flash. No,
I'll take him. I will take him over Reed Richards any day of the week.
You should, because Reed Richards has figured out a way to stop that dude.
No, Reed Richards is going to do something to make things worse. Like he
does not make things worse. You can't even tell me one time when he's done it. You made a statement and you can't back it up. Back it up.
Magneto versus Black Canary.
No. Back up your statement about how Reed Richards does stuff to make it worse.
I will let the audience do that. I will let the listeners do that when they prove you wrong and have Reverse Flash win this poll.
You sound like You sound like coronavirus, dude. To me, I'm like some. I don't know how, but I'll let the audience. No. I want you to tell me how to prevent coronavirus.
I don't know how to prevent the coronavirus.
I don't know either, but I do know this: Reed Richards wins over Reverse Flash. Sorry. Moving on.
Well, he hasn't won yet. The audience will decide. Magneto versus Black Canary.
Crap, Magneto.
I'll take Black Canary.
You
don't like women in comics, apparently, so I have to stick up for the women in comics.
No, that's not true. I just I like the ones that are developmental. That develop. Like I'm not a big fan of Power Girl because her costume's ridiculous. So whatever.
Dick Grayson versus Rachel Summers.
Dick Grayson. I'm kidding. Rachel Summers every time.
Dick Grayson, no question.
See, I don't like women. I love women. Thank you.
Well, you can't because you only picked 3 women out of 32 people. You didn't even pick Rachel Summers as one of your women.
It is not.
She was a replacement.
It is not about the quantity, it's the quality. And when we talk about quality, Rachel over Dick. Thank you.
Yeah, but even if you're talking about quality, like...
Yes, we know Regular Scott loves Dick. We get it.
If you're talking about quality, but the people you picked, you think... So you're telling me that there are no women in comics better than Professor X, Black Panther, Franklin Richards, Captain America, Cypher...
Name them.
Name a woman better than any of those that you just mentioned?
I mean, I could have said...
Jean Grey is a better woman than Cypher.
Great.
I mean, if you're asking... Kitty Pryde is a better woman than Cypher.
So you didn't ask me who my...
Emma Frost is a better woman than Cypher.
Hold on, time out. You said to name characters that I like and that were powerful and that I like. So
I didn't say powerful.
You said name characters that I like.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of Emma Frost. I don't like Emma Frost. The characters that I chose are the characters that I like. Okay.
No, but I don't. But you liking them doesn't mean that they're better than other characters.
Wait, hold on. Me liking them means that, hey, I like them better than these other characters. That's exactly what it means.
Dick Grayson better than Batman, but that doesn't mean he's a better character than Batman.
No, you like Dick.
No, but I'm saying I like Dick Grayson better than a lot of characters, but that doesn't mean that he's a better character than those characters. Just because I like him better.
I know, but you'll stay right now. You'll just say right now that you love Dick, right?
So but what I'm asking you is, do you think that Cypher is a better Marvel character than Scarlet Witch?
I'll say it. I love Reed Richards. Can you just say to the audience that you love Dick?
Do you think Cypher is a better character than Scarlet Witch in comics?
Hold on, wait. I'm just telling you right now. I love T'Challa. That's one of my favorite characters. Just tell you one of your favorite characters is Nightwing.
Let me ask you: do you like Cypher? Do you think Cypher is a better character in comics than Scarlet Witch?
Hold on. Did you not ask? You asked me my favorites, right?
No, I didn't say nothing about your favorites. You said better. You told me to name a character better than Cypher that was a female. So I'm asking you if you think Cypher is better, not your favorite, but better than Scarlet Witch.
No,
okay.
I don't.
What about Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, She-Hulk? You think Cypher is better than all of those females?
Yeah.
All of them.
Dude. Okay, I get Photon. You can call her whatever you want, Captain Marvel, Photon, whatever kind of didn't stick with her. She-Hulk is just a female Hawk, dude. Come on, dude. We can be more intrinsic than that, dude.
Yeah, but you're not giving Jennifer Walters enough credit.
Oh, God.
Jennifer Walters is a good character.
Why is she a good character? Tell me.
What do you mean? Her just working as a lawyer, especially during a time when women weren't put in positions like that, is a big deal.
Dude, that there's never her being a female lawyer has nothing to do with the times at all.
No, it does, because women are not portrayed in dominant roles like that.
That's not a dominant role. I'm sorry, I'm old, and I remember these movies, these shows called L.A. Law, The Practice. There are dominant female lawyers. That's not a to me.
But
that's
name
not a,
one now.
Wait.
Name one now.
Like dominant lawyers?
Yeah, a dominant female lawyer. Since I mean, you saying it like it's not a big deal.
Gloria, all right.
What show is that?
She's a real lawyer. She's a real lawyer.
I'm talking about you brought up TV shows. You didn't bring up reality shows. You brought up TV shows. So what TV show has a dominant female lawyer? Because you said I'm old and you named three TV shows.
I'm sorry. I can't even tell. Like,
okay. That's all I'm saying. Can we just move on?
But hold on. I just said The Practice. There's always been shows and there are plenty of TV shows now. I just don't watch TV to be on top of my TV lawyer game. I'm sure for anybody who wants to help regular Scott out, go to ABC or CBS right now, and you will find at least, I promise, 2 shows of either a female cop or female lawyer. If I'm wrong, let me know.
I didn't say anything about cops, though.
Well,
I didn't say anything about female cops because I know there are plenty of female cop shows.
Well, let me rephrase that. Go to NBC, CBS, or ABC right now, and I will promise you there is a show on either one of those networks about a female lawyer. I promise you. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to be like, man, I am wrong. But I will promise you that much.
Okay? Well, it doesn't matter. Let's just move on.
No, it does. It does matter because you made a statement, and I just said, let's do that. Because here's what matters. Facts matters. Facts matters. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But dude, the She-Hulk thing, wow, she is just a powered gamma powerhouse. I got that. I get that from anybody else. I don't get the Invisible Woman from anybody else. I don't get Storm from anybody else. And you have an awesome point about Scarlet Witch. That's brilliant too. But I I don't want a duplicate character of this. I don't need that to be like. I don't need. They're wearing lipstick, so that means that they're this. No, I don't need it. I don't need a super powered. I don't need a Superman with boobs to be like this is women empowerment. I need like a different. I need Faith. I need Faith who's like chubby and flies. You know, that's some new shit to me, dude. You know. I like nuance.
Well, you just completely changed the entire context of the conversation, but that's okay. It's not important. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. It's not important.
I like nuance.
Supergirl versus Thanos. It's not important.
Thanos. No,
Go ahead. You don't like women. Pick Thanos. We know you just said you didn't like. You just said that you did not want to. You don't like Supergirl because she's just a Superman ripoff. So pick Thanos and let's just move on. We don't need an explanation because you just gave one, so we don't need it twice. I knew exactly what I was doing. I set you up for that.
No, you didn't. Wait, hold on. Yes, you did, because you have all the questions and answers as usual. Go ahead.
That is right.
Who do you pick? Who do you pick, Supergirl?
No, I picked Thanos.
Okay, because you hate women too. And not even two, more. All right, go.
I'm the one who put Supergirl on the list. You didn't even have Supergirl on the list. Like I said, you only had 3 women out of 32 people.
As a ringer, dude, you're the guy who's like, well, I have these people here, but sir, they're underqualified, but I have them here. Come on, man. Come on.
Dr. Doom versus Emma Frost.
Emma Frost.
Okay. Cypher versus Green.
No, wait. You didn't say who you wanted.
I'll go with Emma Frost. We can get rid of Dr. Doom.
Okay, I know.
Because that'll cause a lot of controversy online.
I know.
Actually, I'll pick Dr. Doom.
Why? Because you hate women.
No, I hate your attitude about it. Cypher versus Green Arrow.
Cypher. Cause guess what? It could be Adam Ant, Yogi Bear versus Green Arrow. I will pick Yogi Bear every time.
I'll take Cypher.
Right. Oh, look at you.
Blue Marvel versus Wonder Woman.
Oh,
I'll take Wonder Woman.
I'm trying not to get angry right now. That's a pretty pissy question, dude. That's pretty crappy right there. You know exactly what you did when you did that too.
These are all random.
They're not random.
They are random. There was a Marvel pile and there's a DC pile, and I picked one from each.
No. That's pretty terrible. In the old-fashioned way, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I don't feel no type of way not picking Blue Marvel.
I know.
Why? Because he's black?
But dude, you just saw Rosewood. Well, I mean, you just.
But I should pick Blue Marvel because he's black?
No, he's a great character whose time should have been
So
developed.
what did me having to see Rosewood have to do with Blue Marvel?
Pick Wonder Woman.
What did me having to see Rosewood have to do with Blue Marvel then?
Well, dude,
if it's not because he's black,
you're slow to the game, son.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like you're
slow to the game.
You bring up not about it being black, and then you bring up Rosewood.
I didn't mean to say Rosewood. I meant to say Watchmen. Same thing as Rosewood.
Okay, so again,
you can't see me with my fist in the air.
So,
but
Mr.
you can feel
Mr.
me
Terrific,
I am everywhere.
Mr. Terrific or Kingpin?
Mr. Terrific, because Kingpin ain't nobody but just a big fat sumo wrestler.
He's not a sumo wrestler. Poison Ivy versus Aquaman.
By the way, in the old Marvel Universe definitions of encyclopedias, the Kingpin is listed as having the strength of a sumo wrestler. He's not just big.
That doesn't make him a sumo wrestler because he has the strength of a sumo wrestler.
And by the way, he also is a prophetic, sir, sumo wrestling fighter too.
But he's not a sumo wrestler.
Oh man, he has studied that it's a fighting style, sir, and he's very proficient in that. So like, no, you don't got to correct. Just get off of it, dude.
Poison Ivy versus Aquaman.
Aquaman, dude. Aquaman.
Right, Black Adam versus Captain America.
And you're not saying who you wanted either, dude.
If I agree with you, I'm going to keep it moving because we need to keep it. We can't have a rant after every one of these matchups.
Okay.
So I'm just keeping it moving. If we agree, there's no point in having a discussion about it.
All right. Okay.
So Black Adam versus Captain America.
Just because he's got black in his name, Captain America.
Okay. Mystique versus Lex Luthor.
Mystique.
Okay.
Wow, is this scary that we agree on so much?
I just don't feel like talking about it.
Wait, time out. First of all, you said, if we agree on it, I'm not going to say anything. And then you just said, I don't feel like...
Well, yeah, I'm agreeing with you, so we don't have to, because we got a lot of Twitter polls. Because if not, we'd have a lot of Twitter polls. Spider-Man versus Saturn Girl.
I like Saturn Girl, dude, but Spider-Man is the icon. He's the dude.
All right, Kraven the Hunter versus Superman.
Superman.
Okay, I picked Kraven the Hunter.
You chose poorly.
Mm-hmm. Lady Deathstrike versus Lady Shiva.
Lady Deathstrike. Lady Shiva, dude. Lady Deathstrike. What is she?
What do you mean? What is she?
She's nothing. She's just.
What are you?
Whoa! Did you fall? You okay?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I heard a rumble. I thought it sounded like you fell or something. You okay?
I didn't fall. I'm sitting down.
Oh, okay. Did you adjust your mic? Did you adjust your mic, or did you stumble over something? Or
no, I didn't. Nothing happened.
You don't sound well, is what I'm trying to say.
I don't sound well.
Are you okay? I'm hearing. Are you?
I'm waiting on you to answer the question.
Which one?
What are you talking about?
You don't that you don't sound well question or the matchup? Which one?
Whichever one you want. Kraven the Hunter versus Superman.
I said Superman. I already said Superman.
Lady Deathstrike versus Lady Shiva.
Which one did I say?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't listen to it.
Lady Shiva.
Okay. Wolverine versus the Joker.
Ooh. Wolverine. Right. Oh my dude. Are you serious?
Yeah. Invisible Woman versus Hal Jordan.
Wait, time out. You don't want to say excuse me or anything? That was pretty rude, bro.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Invisible Woman versus Hal Jordan.
Manners versus barbarianism.
Barbarianism.
Apparently so, dude. Twitter polled that one. I'm going to go with manners every time.
Invisible Woman versus Hal Jordan.
Invisible Woman. Who's Hal Jordan?
The person that I'm picking, so.
Oh, that's lame. Are you serious?
Yeah, because I know the people are going to pick Hal Jordan, too. I know how much you love Invisible Woman. I'm taking her out the gate first round.
I'm going to throw this out there. She is literally the most powerful member of the Fantastic Four.
Means nothing.
It's got to mean something, bro.
Who are the Fantastic Four? That's what people are probably going to be asking you who don't read comics.
It's gonna
mean talking about bro. Jessica Alba? Nah, I'm good on her.
Honest company, the Honest Company, yeah, man, dude.
You talking about? Nah, I'm gonna take Invisible Woman too. Bullseye versus Deathstroke.
Damn. Deathstroke, dude.
Franklin Richards versus Constantine.
I'm gonna say this: if Bullseye fought Deathstroke, it's not a fight. Deathstroke still wins.
Okay, Franklin Richards versus Constantine.
Franklin. That's a good one. That's a good mix-up. I will say Franklin Richards.
I'm going to take Constantine on that one. I'm not a fan of the whole Richards family. Don't like any of them.
because you hate families and you hate women. It's fine.
Professor X versus the Flash.
You hate women with families.
Professor X versus the Flash.
Professor X.
One Above All versus General Zod.
You are going with Professor X too. Interesting.
I've never liked the Flash. One Above All versus General Zod.
The one above
General Zod.
No.
Oh yeah, you know you're gonna lose that one because nobody knows who that is.
There was a second general that no one ever heard of on Krypton. He fought General Zod, and he almost won. And it was called General iPod.
Okay. Black Panther versus Harley Quinn.
Black Panther. I hate Harley Quinn.
Okay. Dark Phoenix versus Cyborg.
Dark Phoenix. That's crazy, dude. Cyborg, because Dark Phoenix is garbage to me.
Okay. Hela versus.
Oh, you're going with Cyborg too.
Hela versus Black Lightning.
Hela Lightning, dude, is what it should be called.
Mr. Sinister versus Talia al Ghul.
Mr. Sinister.
Talia al Ghul.
He's terrible. He's a terrible human being.
All right, so I picked Talia, so we'll leave that one to the vote. Venom versus Darkseid.
What? Darkseid.
Okay. And Storm versus Gorilla Grodd.
Both straight out the gates out of Africa to the motherland to the Queen. Storm forever.
Hulk versus Lobo. Lobo.
Hulk.
Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Twitter polls to put up.
What do you mean by we?
Yeah, you're right. You don't do anything except show up and talk. I have 10 Twitter polls to put up for this
well,
week.
Sir, I believe I'm offended, and I believe I resemble that remark. So, I'm offended by the remark.
So unless we are able to change each other's minds on any of these, I'm going to go back over the ones that we split on, see if we can change each other's minds. If not, then we will leave it to the listeners. Oz, this is not rants. These are quick punches. These are jabs. No combos. These are just jabs, bullet points.
I got you, man. Wing Chun, son. Wing Chun punch.
Sinestro versus Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
I still say Sinestro. Mr. Fantastic versus Reverse Flash.
Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic.
I'm not picking him for anything, or his son. Magneto versus Black Canary.
Magneto.
I might go with Magneto.
Yes, you know what's up. Come on.
The next one we're not going to change our minds on.
Okay.
Because it's Dick Grayson versus Rachel Summers.
Rachel Summers.
Yeah, I'm not changing my mind on that. Dr. Doom versus Emma Frost.
Dr. Doom.
I can go with Dr. Doom. Cypher versus Green Arrow. I'm going to change.
Cypher.
I'm going to change my pick to Green Arrow.
Cypher.
Because I don't even know who Cypher is, and I have a feeling most people won't either. So I'll be able to.
It doesn't. And then the next show, I will give my rant and tell you who Cypher is. And
no, please don't, because he's not. We're not even going to mention him in the next show.
I'll post a link to all the powers that Cypher has on my Twitter to give a little tease for people if you want to see. Okay?
Yes, so the 10 people who follow Oz, you will get to see Cypher's ability list and know exactly who he is for next week's episode.
I will just say this. In light of the clown that we have in office right now, first they laugh at you, then they ignore you, then they join you. Okay? I look forward to some Twitter ads and Twitter new Twitter followers and friends for me to follow too.
Kraven the Hunter versus Superman.
Superman.
I can't believe you're not picking Kraven the Hunter.
I'm Kraven the Hunter. I have a knife, and I have these animal senses. I'm like, yeah, I get you, Tarzan.
He's
right.
Not, he's not Tarzan at all.
White dude in the jungle, dude. I get you.
He's not Tarzan at all.
I'm out.
I'll take Superman just so I can see the Superman-Spider-Man matchup in the next round.
You chose wisely.
Franklin Richards versus Constantine.
Franklin Richards.
One Above All versus General Zod.
The One Above All is kind of unfair. You know?
Well, it's stupid. I don't know why you picked it.
Well, it's stupid. I don't know why you picked it. That's kind of harsh.
Well, I'm just saying.
Jeez, dude.
Nobody, why would you pick One Above All?
Because you make these crazy ass schemes and nobody knows what's going on except for you and your little head. And so I have to make sure I'm protecting myself against you coming up with, I was going to say, this is for $20. I'm like, oh, come on, dude. You know, what? Huh? So if you want to replace the One Above All, I will give you one time only to replace the One Above All with a female Marvel character, and it's your choice, and then we have to pick from that. You get one chance only, dude, and that's it right now.
For a female Marvel character.
A female Marvel superhero you can replace right now. So mash it up, go.
Well, I gotta think of ones that we haven't picked already. You know I'm not gonna pick Captain Marvel. You know that's dead.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, so it's really easy now until you got to really think about it.
No, I have my two. I'm just deciding between the two.
Okay, pick them, Sam.
It's either going to be Spider-Gwen.
Oh Jesus.
Or Jane Foster's Thor.
Oh God.
But either way, whoever I pick, I'm still going to pick General Zod.
Love it. Can you pick a super heroine who's not a version of a dude?
Who's not a version of a dude? How do you know that? How do you know the dude's not a version of one of them?
Storm's not a version of anybody. Okay, you know what I'm saying to you, man? Rogue isn't a version of anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't need another. Come on, man. I'm going to pick Miss Captain America as my person. No, dude, it doesn't work like that. I want you
mean America Chavez?
No, I'm saying since you said there are so many people.
Well, I just named two, and you were like, "No, you can't."
No,
pick them.
But dude,
there can't be a disclaimer on every person.
It's
just
not
because
disclaimer.
Just because you don't like their origin.
It's not a disclaimer. I legit just said name two female Marvel superheroes that are not variations of the dudes.
Squirrel Girl.
If that's the one you want to pick,
no. You just said I'm not picking her. You just said to name two. So I'm just naming people.
Here, let me make it real clear. Name two in light of the two that you named that are just female versions of the male dudes. You have to replace your two with two.
Okay, I'll go with Valkyrie and Squirrel Girl.
Valkyrie.
What is Valkyrie a female derivative of? What male is she a derivative of?
Basically, she's the Thor, and she's the Thor and her.
No, Jane Foster is the Thor.
No, I love that. Okay, so so you want to say Valkyrie versus General Zod, right?
Or you could say Psylocke. Is she somebody too?
I can live with her.
Well, you ain't got no choice but to live with her. I'm just saying,
So replace one of them with General Zod. Let's keep it moving.
I'm picking General Zod regardless of who I pick.
And me too. Good.
So I'll go with Psylocke, but I'm still taking General Zod.
I'll go with General Zod too.
All right, so I changed your mind on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I do.
See, and I'm not inflexible. You just got to have a rational argument. The problem is you're not rational.
No, I just don't be trying to argue.
No, you're just irrational.
Mr. Sinister versus Talia al Ghul.
Uh-huh.
This is another one we didn't agree on.
Oh, I know. There's nothing to agree on. Mr. Sinister. Who is Talia Ghul? She's the daughter of somebody.
Well, everybody's a daughter or a son of somebody.
True. Yeah, man. You way to go, philosopher.
Well, I'm just saying. You said that like it was it's something that should be held against her.
She has nothing else that she's offering to the table, dude.
All right.
She offers zero to the table.
Okay. Hulk versus Lobo.
Hulk. You mean I need an intergalactic Wolverine who rides a space chopper. Yeah, I got a guy. Wait.
Right, because he's so much better than. I need a character who is. Whenever they get mad, they get stronger. So that way they'll become the most powerful character, no matter who they fight, because they just keep getting madder.
You're a superpowered biker. Gotcha, bro.
You are a genius who can't figure out how to control something in your mind, but you're a genius.
Yes, because it's your mind, and you are a genius.
Yes,
it's just a human being, but you're not a leather vest wearing.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything?
But you're not, but because you're an alien. How did you learn how to be a Hell's Angel when you're from outer space? What? That's a sad state of affairs for aliens.
Well, you could say that about generally just about every. You could say that about every alien. How do you have that haircut? How do you have a buzz cut? How do you have a fade?
Let me get this straight.
How do you have curls in your hair? How do you straighten your hair?
You're riding in a space Harley.
How do you know it's a Harley? Where does it say Harley?
With space motorcycle gear on.
The dude don't have no gear on.
Wait, hold on. You're an alien. What's your name, sir? Lobo? The wolf? I get you. Okay, someone did LSD and said, what would happen if you mashed Wolverine without his claws and a bad boy alien? And you got Lobo. Dude, that is... Lobo is crazy too.
Blue Marvel ain't nothing but a black century.
Dude, are we? I thought we were talking about Lobo. So, but we can switch gears.
We can talk about Hulk. So you think that Lobo is such a worse name than Hulk? Since you brought up the name,
a thing that festers and gets bigger and bigger and moves and pulsates a hulking mass versus my name is the Wolf, but you can call me Lobo. Wait, what? I'm sorry, I'm Lobo. My intergalactic space translator is broken, so I'm not sure what you said, but I could have swore you said your name was the Wolf.
Do you even know what the word Hulk means?
A pulsating massive thing that keeps growing and growing, a Hulk thing, a hulking, a bulk Hulk. Yes, I do know what Hulk means.
Do you know what it means when you use it as a noun?
Do you know what it means when you say wolf?
Do you know what it means when you use it as a noun? Because it's a large, clumsy-looking person. So that's what we call the Incredible Hulk. An incredible, large, clumsy-looking person.
Versus the alien wolf.
I would much rather be called a wolf than a large, clumsy person. Yes.
Because who doesn't want to ride their space chopper?
But what does that have to do with their name? What does that have to do with their name?
Yeah, hey, who's that?
It has absolutely nothing to do with the name. So you would rather be called a large, clumsy person than a wolf.
Yeah, in some cultures they call me the wolf.
No, I'm asking you. You would rather be called...
In some alien cultures, Lobo translates into dickhead.
So you would rather be a clumsy person than a wolf.
I would rather be called a clumsy person than a leather-clad...
No, than a wolf.
No, leather.
No, that's not what Lobo means. Lobo means wolf.
We know that leather is good for the road to prevent road rashes when you crash. Apparently, it's great on re-entry too because it won't burn. Who knew? But wolf number tip 47.
Okay. All right, so that's our matchups. I will post these on Twitter. Oz will have no idea, and the 10 people who follow him, you all will have no idea either because he's not going to post anything. Let's get to our final blows.
So you see, you hear this, folks, right? This guy, like, just filled up his cup of haterade and decided to drink it slowly and just like gulping it down. While Uncle Oz is just like, hey, man. I'm just here with straight facts, man. And this is what you're learning from what's going on with today. When people don't have facts, they react. Okay.
I'm sorry, I was texting someone. What'd you say?
Exactly.
What you got for your final blow?
When people don't have facts, they react. So wash your hands. Check out the Twitter post whenever Scott puts it on because he may say he's going to do it tonight, but by his track record of recently, I believe he could probably have a release in the next 2020. What do you think, dude? 2020, 2024,
Ask Oz when the last time he's released an episode. Ask Oz the last time he's recorded an episode. Ask Oz the last time he's done anything except just show up and talk.
Hey, and ask and you shall receive. When it's time for me to do my thing and step up, I will. Let
me tell you something. Off air, he's been saying he's going to step up for the last 6 months.
Apparently,
he has 10 followers.
Hey, how many followers do we have for Take a Knee?
We have 641.
So split that in half.
You get absolutely zero of these followers.
I got 320 plus 10. Dude, I got 331 listeners and followers.
Hold on, is that half of 641?
Plus 10, sir.
Why do you hold on? You don't get a plus 10 because this is you don't.
Do you have a regular Sky Twitter account?
No. I have my Twitter account is taking me from all over DC.
Wait. Do you have a Twitter account called? Do we have a Twitter account called Take a Knee?
No. We don't because you don't contribute to it. So we do not have a Twitter account.
Okay. All right. Look forward to Uncle Oz's bum rushing of both his accounts, my personal and our company account. So it's okay.
Uncle Oz does not have a company account. You have to contribute to have a company account.
I contribute, dude. What do you mean, like answer some polls? What you talking about?
No. That means you have to like post on the account to be a part of the account. You haven't made one post from Take a Knee on Twitter.
I made a couple posts, man. Remember that run I did about the wrestling? I've never done a post about wrestling, by the way.
You've never done a post, period. The only time you've ever posted on your Twitter page is when I said something about it on the show, and you started posting on the show and retweeting stuff from 2 months prior.
Wait. So then I have posted, right? Okay, good.
No. Actually,
so
you did not post. You retweeted one of my posts. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
My final blow. My final blow is. Looking forward to the next episode, whenever we decide to do it. It's been a blast so far. It'd be nice if regular Scott can finish the Watchmen so we actually have a dialogue and discussion about stuff. That's all I got, man.
Okay. My final blow is I haven't been able to give any cheap plugs, so... my final blow is going to be for the Showdown Pro Wrestling podcast, which is for myself and JD. You can find us at Showdown Pro on Twitter. JD does some interviews with some wrestlers, which is really cool. We talk all about AEW, WWE, and all that stuff today. So,
when do you release the show?
We release every week, usually around Wednesday or Thursday. It depends on what is going on in the wrestling world. So sometimes there's a big show on Wednesday, so we might push it back to like a Thursday or something. But usually it's earlier in the week. But definitely check that out. And check out Defy Life, Defy Life Pods, all that good stuff. Oz, tell everyone we'll talk to them next time.
You can find us when we release our show next. As usual, peace and lots of chicken grease.
And y'all have a good time, because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace.
Hello and Hotel. This is Brother Kemet coming